Hey, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that so many women experience, but so few of us want to say out loud. And that's how to look put together when your body is changing. We started this conversation in my academy on the school platform, House of Zokai Finishing Academy, and we were talking about refinement. And one of the areas was our wardrobe. And so many of us voiced that area that we we're working on refining is how we show up in our wardrobe and with these new bodies who we didn't give permission to come into the picture, right? Before I get into that though, I want to make a little announcement. Well, not necessarily an announcement. I just want to say something. I got me one of those new like microphone kits or whatever. You clip them on with the little furry things. I don't necessarily like the furry thing, but anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Let me get back to focus. I don't know what happened to the thing. I saw it the one day, then the next day it was gone. Now I have a very sneaky suspicion about who has the thing and where it might be, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And I didn't have time to search and ask and do all of that. So I had to pull out my old schools because we still need the sound to sound good, right? Old schools ain't never failed me. They just not what the people are wearing anymore. So before y'all start judging and doing all the things, that's why I have the old schools on. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about really why your body might be changing right now. You could be going through midlife, like I am, right? After having a baby, you could be going through a healing, or just simply because life has asked more of you. And then suddenly getting dressed feels emotionally charged. You standing in front of that closet, and it's not just a closet anymore. It's a whole museum of the versions of you. The old jeans, the special occasion dress, the blazer that once made you feel powerful, and the pieces that you're saving for when your body goes back. And then every morning, before you even had your coffee or your tea, you negotiating with your own reflection. You asking stuff like, oh my God, what happened to me? Or why does nothing look right? Or why can't I just get it together? And if that's you, because I know it was me and it was me not too long ago, okay? Take the deepest breath with me. Your body changing is not a personal failure. It's not a style emergency. And it certainly doesn't mean that you have to put your beauty, your presence, or your life on pause until you become the version of yourself from the past. You're allowed to look beautiful now. You're allowed to look refined now. And you are absolutely allowed to take up space now. The problem is not that your body changed. The problem is that your presentation is still trying to serve a body, a lifestyle, and perhaps even an identity that you have already outgrown. You, just like me, you're trying to dress the woman that you used to be instead of honoring the woman that's standing in front of you today. So let's have an honest conversation about what it means to look put together. All right. Okay. We're not talking about looking smaller. We're not talking about to look younger. And definitely not to hide until you feel acceptable again, but to look put together, to look like yourself, only more intentional, definitely more comfortable, and more at home in your own presence. Now, the first thing I want you to release is the idea that you have to earn a new wardrobe by changing your body back. That is the trap that so many of us fall into. We say stuff like, oh, I don't want to buy anything until I lose the weight, or I'll get dressed properly when I figure out what's going on with my body, or I don't want to invest in this version of me because she is temporary. Girl, every version of you is temporary. Life changes, body change, seasons change. The woman you were 10 years ago was temporary. The woman you will be 10 years from now, she going to be temporary too. The only thing that's actually happening is that you're here today in a body that deserves to be dressed with care. When you refuse to dress the body you have, what you're actually doing is you're sending yourself a quiet message. I will only honor you when you are different. That is not refinement. That is actually rejection. Refinement is the decision to meet yourself where you are with standards, tenderness, and intelligence. Now, the second thing is this: Looking put together is not about, forcing your body into old shapes, but it's about finding new lines. So when your body changes, the proportions you used to rely on may no longer feel natural to you. And that doesn't mean that you've lost your style. It just means that your style, it needs to evolve a little bit. So perhaps pieces that once felt effortless now leave you restricted, adjusting all evening, or just simply uncomfortable, okay? Don't turn that discomfort into a judgment about your body. Let it be information. And that's all it has to be. Your body is communicating, okay, this no longer serves me, or I need a different shape, fabric, or standard of comfort. And a refined woman, she's going to listen. She does not argue with the dress. She does not spend the entire evening pulling at the waistband, hoping the garment will suddenly become more flattering. She does not punish herself for being a size because a size tag has changed, right? So she chooses the line that loves her back. That's it. It's that simple. And this is where so many women get stuck because they think evolving their style means becoming someone else. It does not. You can still love clean tailoring. You can still be feminine. You can still be sensual. You can even still be minimum, artistic, classic, dramatic, soft, powerful, whatever your expression is. That may shift. Maybe your refinement now lives in, a drape trouser or something like this instead of what you're used to. And listen, I'm not saying that this necessarily has to be your particular style. I'm just showing you an example of what a draped trouser can look like, and help you feel more comfortable. Or a fluid column of color. You might want to do, you might want to do, a structured jacket worn open, or a fabric that moves, real beautiful with you. There's so many different things. And the goal isn't, to disguise your body. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how to create harmony between your body, your clothes, and your presence. Okay. So, the third thing I want you to understand is this: stop making your body the entire story. When you don't feel at home in your body, it's real easy to assume that everyone is reading you through the lens of your insecurity. But people are experiencing your whole presentation: your eyes, your posture, your voice, clothing, and the way you enter a room. The most put together women, they're not always the thinnest women or the youngest women or the women with the most expensive wardrobes. They are the women who have decided to be fully present in their own bodies. They stopped waiting for a different body to give them permission to be visible. They've learned the art of directing the eye with intention: a beautiful collarbone, a graceful wrist, a defined waist. And if that feels good to you, those are the things you want to highlight: the parts that still feel good, not the parts that you're now insecure about. It could be an elegant shoe, it could be a luminous face or a good beat, a signature lip. Y'all know I love a good red lip, it could change your whole life. It could be a posture that says, you know what, I belong here. All of that is presentation and it's available to you right now. Now, the fourth thing I want to say is this: you might need to grieve the old version of you. Sometimes we pretend we're only frustrated with our closet when what we're actually grieving is a season of life. Maybe you miss the ease that you had in your 20s. Maybe you miss the body you had before pregnancy. Maybe you miss the clothes you wore before your career became more demanding, before your health changed, or before life asked more of you. And it's okay to miss her, but she does not need you to abandon yourself in order to be remembered. You can honor the woman you were and still make room for the woman that you are now. You can let go of the clothes that keep you trapped in a private war. You can stop using your closet as evidence against yourself. You're not betraying your former body by dressing your present body beautifully. You're choosing to be loyal to yourself. Now, finally, girl, Looking put together is less about having more clothes and more about having a more honest relationship with yourself. It's about choosing pieces that allow you to breathe, sit, walk, lead, laugh, and most importantly, to live. It's about understanding that comfort is not the opposite of elegance. Discomfort is not a badge of refinement. The most elegant woman in the room is not the woman in pain trying to hold herself together. It's the woman who looks at ease. It's the woman who's not constantly, adjusting this or hiding that, sucking this in, or waiting for the day to be over. Ease is a luxury. Ease is a standard. And when your body is changing, that is the standard that I want you to begin with. Not how do I get back to who I was? But how do I honor who I'm becoming? Because the woman you're becoming may be more grounded. She may be more discerning. She may require higher quality of fabrics, softer construction, better undergarments or no undergarments. Hello, Whoopi. Okay. More intentional tailoring and a wardrobe that's not built on punishment. That is not giving up. That's growing up. Okay. That's refinement. And if this is a conversation that feels incredibly personal to you, if you're in a season where your body is changing, your identity is changing, and you want someone to look at your whole presentation with you, this is exactly the kind of work that I do inside of the House of Zokai in my privé group. Prive is for the woman who wants personal eyes on her next version, her body, energy, ambition, season, and presentation. So we look at the full picture and refine it with tenderness and intention. So if you're ready for personalized transformation, the link to House of Zokai is in the description below. And if Prive is not exactly your next step right now, I invite you to still explore the other offerings that we do have inside of the society or the salon. But please don't wait to be worthy of beauty. Dress the woman who is here. Honor the body that carries your life and let your presentation become a place that you come home to. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm going to see you in the next video. Hopefully, I'll have my correct microphone. If not, you will see these old schools again and you'll know exactly what's going on. Make sure you do all the things for me, like, subscribe, share, comment, all the things, girl. I'll see you next time.